Hi friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we have a purchase or pass. We actually have quite a bit of new releases to talk about, which I'm very surprised by because I feel like the past couple of weeks have been really slow for new makeup releases because brands are just dropping all of their holiday sales and their deals, but we actually have some new makeup to talk about. So grab a snack, grab something to drink, and let's get into it. First release that we have is a new collection from Glamlite, and they're collaborating with Willy Wonka. This was very unexpected. I don't know why I was just expecting them to come out with another horror themed collab, but I actually love the change of pace from horror themed collections. This one is really cute. I love that Glamlite is tapping back into their foodie dessert type of themed days. Do y'all remember that? When Glamlite was dropping so many food themed products? Kind of miss when they used to do that. I hope that we see more of that this coming year because I loved when they tapped into their food themed collections. Let's talk about the palette. The palette is half purple, half neutral, and I think this is a great palette for those of you who love neutral palettes but you want to do like a pop of color. Y'all know I love purple. Also in this collection we have a lip kit. I'm gonna pass on this lip kit even though I love the color of the gloss and I love the color of the lipstick. The liner is why I'm gonna pass on it because the liner is not gonna work for me, and I don't know. So far, I don't think anything is gonna top the Halloween lip kit from Glamlite because everything in there was perfect. We also have the golden ticket highlighter. This is really cute. The whole packaging on this collection is so cute. I love the attention to detail. Like, one thing about Glamlite, they're gonna give us detail. They're gonna come through with the packaging and the formulas, so we really don't have to worry about that. There's also a lip care duo, which I am loving how this is looking because it looks like it's coming with a bubblegum scented lip scrub and a lip plumper, which we've never seen Glamlite come out with a click pin lip product. So that's actually really nice to see. I think I'm probably gonna pick that up along with the palette. We also have a golden egg beauty sponge, which is gonna be $6. There's also a body butter for $10.50. There's a lot in this collection. I think I'm gonna pick up the palette and the lip care duo because I do love their lip scrub formula. And I'm very intrigued to try out their click pin product because I love me a good click pin product. But this collection is so cute. Once again, Glamlite is coming in clutch with the collabs. Next release we have to talk about is from Sig Beauty, and oh my gosh, they are dabbling into eyeshadow palettes. If you're not familiar with Sig Beauty, it's Angelica's brand. She is dropping the Galactic Visitor palette. This palette is going to be available this week on Friday for pre-order, and wow, this color story is beautiful. Angelica usually collabs with Odin's Eye with their eyeshadow palettes, and one thing I will say about Angelica is she can put together a color story, so I know when it comes to her own brand, she was gonna kill it, and this color story is beautiful. I love the theming behind it. I love the packaging. I love everything about this, and I honestly cannot wait to play with this. I am getting this in PR, and best believe I will be filming with this palette. I want to see how the formula is, and I really want to play with this color story. I love that there's deepening shades. Like, do y'all see that row of deepening shades? Makes me really excited, but I think I'm more so excited to try out the formula. Next up we have Cosmic Beauty, and they're coming out with a new holiday collection. This palette screams Christmas. It is very beautiful. This is the 'Tis the Season palette. And look at these colors. We have oranges, purples, reds, greens. Like, this is such a beautiful palette. I only own one palette from Cosmic Beauty, and I love the formula. I'm waiting for their Black Friday sale to drop so I can shop some palettes that have been on my wish list for a couple of months now. I've literally been waiting for Black Friday because they are in the UK, but this palette is beautiful, so I'm definitely going to be getting my hands on this. In the collection, there's also 2 blushes and 2 lipsticks. I am gonna go ahead and pass on the blushes and the lipsticks only because I placed a huge Black Friday sale order from H&B Cosmetics, and I picked up like 4 of their blushes from them, a ton of lippies, a ton of lip liner. This collection is really beautiful. The palette is what I have my eye on from Cosmic Beauty in this collection. I'm literally just realizing we have a lot of new palette launches, which is very exciting. Next up is Glaminatrix Cosmetics, and they're coming out with 4 brand new mini eyeshadow palettes, and they're gonna be How much is this? This is $55 AUD. I need to do the conversion to US dollars. These are really pretty. I've heard really good things about Glaminatrix formula. I really don't need palettes like this. I'd rather get a more curated, bigger palette color story from them rather than these minis because, you know, because I don't really need any monochromatic palettes. Honestly, I feel like I have way too much of that in my collection as it is. So these I am gonna skip out on, but that blue and that pink one, so pretty. Wow. We have a new fragrance from Clean Reserve. And if y'all don't know, Clean Reserve has one of my favorite fragrances of all time, the Sparkling Sugar. I love the Sparkling Sugar fragrance. It literally smells like melted sugar. So when I saw that they were coming out with the Whipped Cherry perfume, I got really excited. So here are the notes. It is a warm and sweet gourmand. There's wild cherry, apple blossom, and vanilla cream. That sounds delicious. It says it's a delectable cocktail of wild cherry, pineapple, and coconut water. There's mimosa and almond blossoms, and there's a decadent dessert of pralines, vanilla cream, and a cherry on top. Doesn't that just sound so delicious and so sultry? Oh, I cannot wait to smell this fragrance. This is going to be available at Sephora exclusively in the app on December 5th and in stores on the 12th. And it's going to retail for $110 or the travel for $32. I cannot wait to smell this because I just have a good feeling about it. Next up, we have part 2 of Melt and Bailey. They just dropped the Fatally Yours part 2 collection. So in this collection, there's lipsticks, an eyeshadow palette, gel liners, a blush, a mirror, lashes, a clutch, gel shadows. Like, there's so much in this collection. Now, I was really excited when they started to tease this because I was like, oh my gosh, the Fatally Yours palette is one of my favorite palettes in my collection. I think it is so different and so unique. I love this palette. I love the formula on this palette. The formula is so good and it is perfect for the fall. This is one of the prettiest fall color stories I've ever seen in a palette. I had really high hopes for, you know, part 2, but then I saw the part 2 palette and I was like, I wasn't expecting part 2 to be exactly the same, but I wasn't expecting this particular color story. It's very cool toned, which is fine, but there's like a gold and a red. I'm just not loving the color story like this one. I remember when I saw this palette was revealed, I felt like I had to have this palette. I just had to because it was one of the prettiest palettes I'd ever seen, and I still feel that way. Every time I look at this palette, I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. And this is a palette that really does make me step outside of my comfort zone. So when I saw this one, I was like, I'm not loving this one like I love the first one. So this collection is gonna be a skip for me, unfortunately. I just honestly don't see myself reaching for this palette often. Let's talk about Made by Mitchell because they just dropped one of their newest collections. This is the Camera Roll collection. So they dropped a palette, some lip liners, a new gloss, a brush set, and a vanity case. And surprisingly, this is on Beauty Bay. I was very shook to see this on Beauty Bay because usually his new collections like this don't really go to Beauty Bay. It's normally like things that are a part of his permanent line that go to Beauty Bay. So when I saw this, I was like, wow. And I also saw, for those of us in the US, the vanity case is available for the first time ever. I have been wanting these vanity cases. I just wish his solid colors would come to Beauty Bay. This one, I think it's really cute. I love the message on it, but he has some really beautiful vanity cases in his line, which I really hope that they come to Beauty Bay. I will say, I have my eye on this brush set. This brush set has some really unique brushes in here. If this goes on sale at Beauty Bay, I think I'm gonna pick up the brushes. The palette I can skip out on. I also would kind of like to try his new liner formula. This is different. This is a sharpenable pencil, so that is definitely on my wish list to try. And then he also has these Beam sugared glosses that I'm also kind of eyeing. Speaking of Made by Mitchell, he also just dropped his new glow primer, foundation, and concealer. I really want to try the foundation and the concealer. I just need to really take the time to figure out what shade is going to be for me. I kind of need to see people using it because when you order from Beauty Bay, it's hard to return it. I need to be 100% sure that the shades that I'm picking is pretty much my shades, but I really want to try the concealer. I really want to try the foundation. I think when I'm done filming this video, I'm going to go ahead and probably place an order from Beauty Bay. Beauty Bay's Black Friday sale is happening right now, and Made by Mitchell is like 30% off. Some things are 40% off over there. So if you've been eyeing anything from Made by Mitchell, definitely check out Beauty Bay. Now this is exciting. So Ole Henriksen is coming out with 3 new sparkly shades of, well, I shouldn't say 3 new. Okay, 2 of these shades right here are in his line already. He just made them shimmery. But the berry, I think, is a new shade that is not a part of the permanent line. They're all sparkly. I really want to pick up the berry one. I feel like that one will be so pretty. I love these. I am so happy that I tried these out this year. So yeah, I definitely want to pick up the berry. The other 2 I'm going to skip out on. I already have the yellow one, and then I think this one is like the creme brulee one. I'm not a fan of the smell of this one, so I am going to skip out on that, but that berry one will be added to cart. These next 2 releases I'm going to talk about were very interesting. So CoverGirl is coming out with the True Blend Skin Enhancer, and this is the shade range right here. And when I saw this, I was like, we got a lot of gaps missing in this shade range, like a lot. And I was like, this is definitely going to be a pass for me. Looking at these, I felt like the formula would be so good, but the shade range, I was like, we got a lot of gaps in here. Then I came across a post of a ton of new Maybelline products that are getting ready to drop in the US. They have these lifter sticks, and the shade range is miles better than the CoverGirl one. So the multi-face sticks are gonna retail for $12.99. They're gonna come in 18 different shades. The range is looking pretty nice. I don't know if it's gonna be blushes though. I don't think they're gonna be blushes. That's the only thing. I wish there was some blushes, but maybe in due time. They're also coming out with instant age rewind color correcting concealers for $10.99. I don't remember if I've ever tried the age rewind concealer. I know it's a fan favorite, so I need to get into it. I was talking to my friend and she was like, what are your top 3 favorite concealers? And then I of course asked her the same thing, and age rewind was in her top. And I was like, okay, why do I not know or remember how this formula is? So I was like, I need to try this. But now that I see that they're coming out with color correctors for $10.99, I really want to try it because the color corrector range looks pretty good. Then we also have the Super Fluff Brow Mousse for $13.99. This is for soft, full brows, all day wear, stiff resistant, flake resistant. It says it's just going to give you like an airy kind of look to the brows. Definitely not for me, because I don't really want an airy, natural look. I want my brows to be stuck to my face, like these. The shade range looks nice. I also really love this packaging that they have. And then we have the Tattoo Studio Sharpenable Gel Pencil. This is going to be $8.99 with 2 different shades. And then, finally, Maybelline is giving us the Superstay Lumi Matte Foundation for $14.99 in 24 different shades. It has a buildable coverage up to a 30-hour wear. Wow, that's a very bold claim. It has a light as air formula, and it's infused with amino acid, which gives a luminous matte finish. I have been eyeing this foundation on Beauty Bay for the longest. I am so excited. I just don't know when. The only thing that says that's available now is the eyeliners. I feel like the end/beginning of a new year is when we get the most drugstore releases. They don't come to play. I feel like drugstore has kind of like chilled out for a couple months, but now we're getting the drugstore releases. We have a new Rhode Peptide Lip Treatment. This is the Cinnamon Roll Lip Tint, and I actually did pick this up because I really like these lip treatments from Rhode. I keep them in my purse, and of course, when I see a brown with sparkle, you know I gotta have it. I love a nice, gorgeous brown lip product, so really excited about this. Cannot wait to get my hands on it. Next up, we have a new release that you guys already know about because I talked about it on my channel. I posted a YouTube short, but e.l.f. just came out with Glimmer Lip Oils, and this is definitely my favorite release from e.l.f. this year. They are so pretty, and I'm definitely gonna go back for the other 4 that I didn't pick up. These are gonna be available at retailers on December 1st, so that's exciting. So if you wanna get it at Ulta, it'll be available on December 1st, but it is available now on the e.l.f. website. I'll make sure to link it down below, of course, and I'm also gonna put up my video here on the screen. I did get some mixed comments about, you know, these kind of looking the same on the lips, but I will say I unintentionally added the more sheer shades to my cart not realizing that. Like, I left the like berry one that actually had a lot of pigment because I've seen someone use it. The crystal baller one, I will say, is very pigmented. It is intense, but it is so pretty. The chocolate one has a nice tint to it, but like the other two are more subtle. If you don't want anything too noticeable of shimmer, you do have those options for the more subtle ones, but I really do feel like the ones that I didn't pick up are the more bolder-ish kind of shades. Speaking of e.l.f, they also just dropped the Holy Strokes Microfine Brow Pen. This is going to be $7 each with 7 different shades, and I actually did see someone use Espresso, the shade that I wanted to pick up, and unfortunately it wasn't as deep as I thought. I use the NYX brow pen in Espresso and it is deep. I have it in my brows right now. It's the perfect shade for me. Seeing this on someone who had a lighter skin tone, it didn't really show up on her very well. So I'm kind of on the fence about this. I don't really know if this Espresso is as deep as I would like. Hopefully they come out with more shades and they like come out with like a black color and that gives the Espresso kind of shade that I'm looking for. But yeah, I'm on the fence about this one. I don't know. Also, we have another new release from L'Oreal. This is the Plump Ambition Lip Oil. Ooh, this looks really good. The shade range is really nice too. Very nice shade range. This is going to be $10.25 each. Wow, I am so excited about all of these drugstore releases. I literally cannot wait to try all of this. So it says it has 24-hour hydration and a glass-like shine. It's a non-sticky oil that provides a voluminizing flush of color in one swipe. Okay. Very excited about this, and these do look like they have some pigment. I hope this doesn't burn. Maybe give like a pepperminty, tingly feel. We do have a new release from Skkn by Kim. This is the holiday collection. We have the classic glam eyeshadow palette, lip shimmers, and a mini lip liner set. This palette looks very familiar. Very familiar. It kind of almost looks like the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes. I have not tried this eyeshadow formula. I've heard really good things, but this palette is $50. And it is on the lighter side. And then the lip shimmers, I also haven't really heard people talk about the glosses, but I will say she comes out with some of the best nude gloss shade ranges ever. Like, this is so pretty. These are like my kind of shades, but $27, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely going to pass on this collection, but I just have to say this range on these lip glosses is so pretty. And then the last release I wanted to talk about is this collaboration with Blend Bunny and Glisten Cosmetics. This is such a beautiful collection. So we have 2 different palettes. One is a water activated liner palette and the other is a eyeshadow palette. They're magnetic, so you can put them together. This is on my wish list to get during the Black Friday sale. I hope this is discounted. Y'all know I love me some graphic liners, and this palette would be perfect. I need some new graphic liners in my collection. We also have 2 brush sets. We have an eyeshadow brush set, and then of course a water activated liner set. We have lashes, and then we also have a lip tint. This is also in collaboration with Lynn's Makeup Looks. I'm not too familiar with her, but I have looked at her page and wow, she is very talented. So congratulations to her as well, because this looks insanely beautiful. So that is it for today's video. Let me know if there's anything you're excited about and if there's anything you want to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.